Picture this: a hiring manager's monitor. Your resume appears for exactly 2 seconds. They see the word expert. They see the senior title you worked a decade to earn. And then with a single keystroke, it vanishes into the no pile. That just happened thousands of times today. To people just like you. You've spent your entire career climbing a ladder, believing that deep specialization was your ultimate armor. If you became the go-to person for that specific legacy system, that precise coding language, or that particular data analysis workflow, you were told mastery equals security. But as we sit here in 2026, I have to tell you the truth you're already feeling in your gut. Your mastery is exactly what's making you replaceable. It's called the expert paradox. Right now, 76% of employers globally report they are struggling to fill roles. It's the highest talent shortage in a decade. You see the headlines and think, great, I'm in demand, but look closer at the actual paychecks. Entry-level and legacy specialist salaries have been declining for 2 consecutive years. Record rejections are hitting people with 15 years of experience while companies scream they can't find talent. How can both be true? How can there be a shortage when you, a proven expert, are struggling to land your next big move? It's because the market isn't looking for experts anymore. It's looking for something else entirely. You've spent a decade becoming an expert, yet the market is treating you like a commodity. Here's why your mastery is exactly what's making you replaceable in 2026. To understand why your expertise is failing you, we have to look at the cold, calculated logic of the modern boardroom. The boardroom doesn't care about your craft. It cares about orchestration. For the last 20 years, companies paid for execution. They paid for the hours it took you to write a clean block of Java, the days it took to design a marketing funnel, or the weeks spent on a financial audit. But execution has just become infinite and cheap. Think about the numbers. 92% of global organizations are planning to massively increase their AI investment by 2027. But they aren't doing this to help you work better. They are doing it to shift the very nature of what they pay for. We are witnessing the era of the silent layoff. It's not a mass email or a security guard escorting you out. It's a slow, algorithmic pruning. Companies are now using AI tools with 87% turnover prediction accuracy. They know who is a pure execution specialist before you even realize your role is at risk. If 60 to 70% of your daily technical execution can be automated, and according to the latest career chain data, you are no longer an asset. You are a cost center waiting to be optimized. Generative AI has effectively solved the technical niche. The deep specialist who refuses to look left or right is now competing with a machine that doesn't sleep and costs pennies. Companies aren't just hiring less, they're hiring differently because execution is now infinite and cheap, while strategy remains finite and expensive. When execution is free, the person who merely does the work is worth nothing. The person who manages the process of the work being done is worth everything. The boardroom has shifted its gaze from the hands to the head. They don't want the person who can solve a specific puzzle. They want the person who can design the factory that solves 10,000 puzzles a minute. But being replaced isn't inevitable. There's a specific group of people earning 40% more than you right now by changing how they work. The winners in this new economy are playing a game called horizontal integration. If you want to survive, you have to stop thinking like a senior developer or a marketing lead and start thinking like a system designer. In the old world, you'd specialize deeply in one technical niche, say, being a senior Java developer to ensure lifetime job security. That was the old wisdom. The new reality is that technical niches are being solved by AI every single day. True job security now comes from understanding how technology, product, and revenue connect. This is where personal AI stacks come in. The highest paid professionals today aren't the ones with the most years of experience. They are the orchestrators who have built a custom ecosystem of AI agents to deliver end-to-end outcomes. Imagine a project that used to require a team of 5, a strategist, a writer, a coder, a designer, and a project manager. In 2026, an orchestrator does all 5. They don't do the manual labor for all 5. They lead 5 AI agents to do it. They design the system, they verify the output, and they connect it to the business's bottom line. Career chain data shows a 40% plus salary premium for these orchestrators. Why? Because they provide what companies crave most: reduced friction, and guaranteed outcomes. When you can take a business problem and turn it into a finished product single-handedly using an AI stack, you aren't just an employee, you are a one-person department. Verified AI integration skills, meaning you can actually build these workflows, not just talk about them, provide a 20 to 45% salary bump. Compare that to legacy certifications, which are currently lagging at a measly 9% return. The market is screaming at you to pivot. Stop being the person who writes the code. Start being the person who designs the system that writes the code. Stop being the person who manages the spreadsheet. Start being the person who directs the AI to find the revenue leaks the spreadsheet was hiding. This strategy works today, but there's a wild card coming by 2028 that will change the rules of the game again. By 2028, Gartner predicts that agentic AI will make at least 15% of daily work decisions, not just suggestions, decisions. This means we are moving from a world of co-pilots where the AI helps you, to a world of agents where the AI works for you, or instead of you. This is the shift from the technical exam to architectural vision. For decades, the gatekeeper to a high-paying job was a technical test. Can you solve this algorithm? Can you write this specific copy? In the era of agentic AI, those tests are irrelevant because the AI can pass them perfectly. What the recruiter of 2026 and 2027 is looking for is conductor potential. We are moving from a world of doers to a world of conductors. If you aren't holding the baton, you're no longer in the orchestra. A conductor doesn't need to play the violin better than the first chair. They need to know exactly how the violin should sound in relation to the cello to create a masterpiece. They need the vision to see the whole score, not just their own notes. If you go into an interview today and focus on your manual skills, you're signaling that you are an instrument, and instruments are now being manufactured by the millions for free. If you focus on your ability to direct agents, to maintain architectural integrity, and to solve multidisciplinary problems, you are signaling that you are the conductor. The recruiter gap is real. Candidates are still preparing for a technical exam while recruiters are hiring for architectural vision. One side is looking at the past, the other is looking at the future. Understanding the theory is step one. Now let's fix your professional identity in the next 120 seconds. Your professional identity needs a hard reset. Start with your LinkedIn. If it looks like a history of what you did manually, you are advertising your obsolescence. 86% of recruiters have shifted their focus to live problem-solving tests over legacy skills. They don't want to see your Java certification from 5 years ago. They want to see proof of AI-leveraged output. Your profile must become a portfolio of what you orchestrated. Don't say you wrote 300 articles. Say you designed an AI-driven content engine that increased output by 500% while maintaining a 20% conversion rate. Show them the system you built, not the tasks you performed. Showcase multidisciplinary problem solving. Highlight the personal AI stack you use to bridge the gap between technical execution and business revenue. AI-skilled roles command up to a 56% wage premium globally. Money isn't for knowing how to prompt, it's for knowing how to integrate. We are in the midst of the greatest professional reshuffle in human history. The silent layoff is happening, and it is cold, and it is fast. But for those who stop clinging to their expert labels and start embracing the role of the orchestrator, this isn't a crisis, it's an invitation. The era of the individual contributor who only does one thing is over. The era of the architect of the future has just begun. The silent layoff is happening. But for the orchestrators, the loudest era of growth has just begun. Go build your stack. Hold the baton. I'll see you at the top.